Hello, Jason. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, mate. Can you hear me?
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Aye, how's you?
I'm okay. This is so good. Like, I've not seen you for a long time. This is so good to reconnect again.
It's been a long time, my friend, a long time.
Oh my, you're looking very well.
Just been in the garden.
Oh, are you
Just
in the
got some
garden?
work going on, so getting in
Were
the
you,
garden and stuff.
were you getting your tan on? You know, your natural tan.
Nah, that's never going to happen. Scottish and white, mate.
Oh, do you know naturally
Totally
tan?
white still.
Oh, but honestly, I'm really thank you for agreeing to do this. And I know you're, busy at the moment and everything, but it's really lovely to kind of have you here and, just kind of
No
share
problem, my
experience
friend,
and
not a
everything.
problem.
And I would imagine this is one that's kind of less stressful than the live, having people like writing and
It just looked like a nightmare. I
you
was
know what I
watching
mean?
the David one, and
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what I never thought about it sooner, but I think this one is probably better. And I'm it's saying it's recording right now, but I really hope that it does like nothing else happened like the last time, with
it'll
the
be fine. It'll work out, mate. It'll work out.
Awesome. No worries at all. Then I'll just start straight off by obviously introducing by everyone that obviously Jason is a well-known, hairstylist. He also owns his own salon, which we will be talking about later on. But obviously, I always pass it on to the person that I'm kind of interviewing to kind of introduce themselves as well along with it. So, Jason, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason Hall. I've got a hairdressing salon in Edinburgh in Scotland called Jason Hall Hairdressing. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. That's awesome. And also, when you start with the question, so when did you realize that being a hairdresser will be the career path for you?
So I started in hairdressing in 1985,
Oh, wow.
and I actually got into it by mistake.
No way.
I needed a job.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. And there was a guy that used to come to the house and do my mum and my sister's hair. He was a cool guy, do their hair, get treated like a god, and get paid at the end of it.
Wow,
And
you
then
like
he'd go
money.
away to another woman's house. So, yeah, I just says to him, how do I get into hairdressing? He told me a place that was very good training-wise in Edinburgh.
Oh, wow.
And my sister phoned for an interview for me the next day.
Wow.
I done the interview and started about 2 days later. So I just sort of fell into it. It was never a plan.
Wow. So it just kind of luckily came to you and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like I say, it was never a big desire to be a hairdresser.
Right.
And to be honest, probably for about the first 6 months, I don't know if I really enjoyed it that much.
I see.
But then obviously as you learn more, you start getting better and better, and then just fell in love with it. I was really lucky.
That's amazing. That's really, really good. I mean, you're really good at it as well. Clearly.
It's definitely, I was lucky that I got into a salon that was really good training-wise, and it was quite renowned in Edinburgh for its training. And that's, put me in good stead.
Good stead. Awesome. So also, who inspired you growing up and also now your work as well?
I think growing up, it was probably bands. I loved music. So it was probably, I don't know, I'm trying to think, it was the 80s. So there were some great bands about, and they were sort of the superstars.
Wow.
And I always loved music.
I see.
And probably at a young age, I probably thought music would have been somewhere that would have looked at for a career. And like I say, I just sort of fell into hairdressing, and that became my sort of driving force. Nowadays, because of social media, there's so many people that inspire me. A lot of the young ones, it's amazing to watch. But there's a lot of hairdressers that are big inspirations for me, and I've been on the scene for a long time.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's amazing. And which I'm sure you work with as well at times to times.
Yeah. So one of the guys that I work with mainly when I'm doing fashion seasons is a guy called Eugene Solomon, and Eugene's just different level. He's probably one of the people, he would quite happily take it if I says, he's completely an insane creative genius.
Wow.
He's, you know, the guy's amazing. So he's a massive inspiration. Yeah,
Oh,
nice guy as well.
oh, that's really nice.
Makes a difference.
It makes a difference. I can imagine, you know, the talent and also the personality, they all
Yeah.
go together. That's really cool.
Definitely.
And also where, so now that you've kind of already said, like, you weren't self-taught, I'm sure. You had to.
No. It was, so I learned mainly in the first place I went to work. And then I was lucky enough that they used to send me to London quite a lot at the time.
Yeah.
So I finished my training doing different courses with Vidal Sassoons and Tony and Guy and all the names that were really big in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough that I got the chance to work with different periods with, I would say, the bulk of them. And so I was lucky, I got really good training.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. And also, how was that journey like, you know, and did you face any obstacles becoming the hairdresser that you are today as well?
To be honest, everything, I've never tried to plan anything out. It's always just sort of organically sort of grew.
Yeah.
I'm not a big one for making plans that,
Yeah.
you know, I think, right, this time next year I'm going to, obviously you have sort of aspirations and dreams that, you know, like, I always wanted to be Scottish Hairdresser of the Year. That was something that started when I was 18, 19. Always knew I wanted to do hair for photography. And I always, you know, loved the whole thing about getting involved with fashion shows. But it was, I could never say they were actual driven goals. It did all just sort of one step after another happen.
Yeah, which I think kind of makes life exciting in a way, because you never know what you're going to be hit with in a way, you know?
No, definitely. And I think as well, sometimes, you know, people set these massive goals and they forget that, you know, the journey is the fun part.
Is the fun
and the
part.
different steps is the bit that you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, everyone wants to get to the top level, but they forget they've got to climb a ladder. I was lucky I got to climb a ladder very gradually. It was nice.
That's amazing, Jason. And also, what was the feeling of getting your first feature publication on a magazine?
Well, at the time, things were just magazines, so you never had social media.
Right.
So the first front cover I got was actually for a magazine that used to just be distributed in London, called Miss London, if I remember right. And that was one of my first ever pictures, and luckily it got a front cover, so it was amazing.
Wow, a front cover! Wow.
It was. I was lucky I had an amazing model.
I can imagine. It does make the difference, right?
And I think you learn that as well, that sometimes you can, in my game, you can focus on the hair and try and show how good you are. And really, I think it's more focusing on the personality and let them show how good you are.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was my first front cover. I think that was my first ever feature.
Wow. Was it exciting? Was you like, yes?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I remember I was, you know, I think I was in London for something, got off the tube and saw it in a magazine stand.
Yeah.
And was like, that's my photograph.
That's your photograph.
So yeah, I never got informed I was going on the front cover. I just saw it.
Wow, yeah.
I remember right. I think it was Bond Street Tube Station.
Wow, that's
like
big. That's major.
It was so. That was amazing. But again, it was. I never done a set of photos to try and get a front cover. I just done a set of photos.
You just did it because you loved it.
Yeah.
Amazing. And also, you have been awarded numerous of awards in the past and current year. And how has that feeling of achievement been to you personally, and especially being awarded Scottish Hairdresser of the Year? You know, how's that feeling been like?
It's funny because it's sort of, you know, like I'm really humble. Yeah. So when you get something, you sort of try and detract from it a little bit.
I see what you mean.
You know, the awards that we've won, definitely Scottish was something that, you know, I always wanted, and I want to win it again. You know, I always wanted it, and you know, it's the big thing now is now I've won it once, I want to win it 3 times because then I end up being in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my God! I mean, this is brilliant. And the good thing as well about you is that, no matter how many achievements that you get, you always remain the same person. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
Oh,
it never affect your personality or anything like that. You always look at the big picture of everything.
Definitely.
You clearly are a real person, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of hard to find real authentic people sometime in the industry, because everybody's trying to be somebody that they're not, or they're trying to pursue this image, this kind of persona, but when really you just want to just live your life and share your gift with everybody else, I mean, which you think you do so well as well, which is amazing.
I mean, it's great winning awards and stuff, but there'd be no point in winning it if you didn't feel happy and you didn't feel like you were being your true self. So there has been occasions that we could have maybe pushed for other awards that I felt we had to play the game. And definitely with Scottish, we could have went through there's a certain sort of format, but I never wanted to shoot in London for Scottish Hairdresser of the Year.
Wow.
I always wanted to use Scottish models, use Scottish creatives to work with me. And it's something that I've always been really strong about. Scottish Hairdresser of the Year, I think, should do a Scottish collection.
Wow,
it should be homegrown.
Homegrown,
But that's just my opinion, it's...
No, but America does that, so why not do it in Scotland as well? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think I've always been, my Scottish collections have always been Scottish models, or Scottish-based models. I've always used as many Scottish creatives as I can.
Giving them the opportunity to grow with you.
Yeah, I think it's really important that. And, we've done some collections for Scottish that have been an absolute disaster.
Wow.
And I'm sure they would have been a disaster whether I shot them in Scotland, England, or in America.
You can't stop them from happening. Yeah, they just happen. Yeah. That's amazing.
Definitely.
Okay. And also, when did you, I've seen that you work a lot with L'Oreal, and also I wanted to really know, like, when did you join the L'Oreal family, and how has that experience been like to you?
So I've been with L'Oreal from my very first day in hairdressing.
Wow.
It's the salon I used, that I trained in, sorry.
Wow.
They were always L'Oreal, mainly L'Oreal.
Wow.
And probably after about 5 or 6 years, I decided that I wanted to be just with one product company. And L'Oreal just were the perfect match for me.
Wow.
And they understood, and they still do, they understand daft things like I do like to try and keep as much as I can Scottish. And I do, I speak the way I speak, and I dress the way I dress, and they never try and get me in a suit and a bow tie. They're quite happy with me as I am.
Wow, that's really, really good. I mean, clearly, because you still are with them, so which is amazing. And the funny thing is, like, L'Oreal is such a big brand. I mean, I even remember before I even got introduced to kind of like the fashion world. Like, I mean, you knew all the advert that you saw from L'Oreal. They've had big celebrity join them. Everybody always had that kind of word, you're worth it. It's kind of like a kind of famous quote that everybody uses. You don't actually have to be a L'Oreal user to know this. It's kind of a global.
They're very, very iconic.
They really are. They really are.
It just, for me, it's the perfect match for me. And we've dealt with other product companies in the past, and they were amazing. We've dealt with them for different ventures. And I've got to admit, every company that we've dealt with have always been really great. But sometimes they do like people to have the shirt and tie, and people well-groomed. It's just never going to be a fit for me.
I see what
it never work.
I mean, but that's amazing that you stay true to yourself as well, which is
definitely
inspiring. Yeah. And also, how has it been working closely with the Strathberry luxury brand? Because I've seen you've worked with with them for a long time as well. Can you tell us a bit more about that as well?
Strathberry are, is probably one of your dream stories. They're just, or the word, a small Scottish, they made handbags. They were very small.
Beautiful.
And they've just grown and grown. And I mean, I've been lucky enough that Strathberry have taken me all over the world. You know, that's, there's myself and Sarah Hill.
Yes.
That does
yeah,
makeup.
Sarah Hill, who's amazing as well.
Yeah. And we have the photographer, Chris Park, who's an amazing photographer. Their stylist, Hannah. We're like a wee family. And we have been from day one. And although they've grown to crazy lengths, you know, I mean, they're massive now.
I mean, Meghan Markle is wearing their bags as well.
Lady Gaga.
The list.
That's the latest one. I saw Lady Gaga with one.
Oh, wow. I mean, look at
it. I mean, they're massive, you know, like Meghan Markle, Katie Holmes, and so many massive Instagrammers. That's a good thing. But they've always kept the same creative team. And like I said, we've been really lucky with, you know, we've shot in Cannes, Venice, Spain. I've shot with them in New York. You know, we've been all over. And they've always stuck with the same family. And I think that's incredible. And I hope they still do.
You're still going in strong.
They're brilliant. It's one of those genuine ones that it's a pleasure to work with them. It really is a pleasure. I know sometimes it's the right thing to say that.
Yeah.
It genuinely is. It's like, it's a really brilliant experience.
Yeah, amazing. And also, can you tell us a bit more of how your project, you know, called Exposed, Red, Silk, and many more you created came to your mind? Because I've seen you've done a lot of projects as well in the past as well.
Yeah, so I've got two main photographers that I work with loads. And one that you know very well, Desmond Murray.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Oh, he's exceptional.
And Desmond's a very, very talented hairdresser. So when it comes to shooting hair collections, he can just take you up that level that, you know, you've been there, he'll turn around and go, Jason, that's fine. It's not nice, it's fine.
It tells you it's real to you.
Yeah, definitely. And so with Desmond, when we're doing main collections, and you know, Desmond's one of my best friends. And so we're on the phone just now, we're on the phone every second day. And we always just come up with ideas. You know, we've been coming up with ideas in lockdown. And then I have another photographer I work with a lot, Lee Howell, who I'm sure you know Lee as well, Scottish-based.
Probably, yes.
Lee's different level when it comes to actual projects. So a lot of the things we do, it never really starts with the hair. It's I'll come up with an idea for something, and then me and Leo sit. I've saw us sitting for like days just talking about a concept. And the hair's never really that important. And at the end, then I bring the hair into it. Yeah. So Lee's, so we shot a thing called Techno Red with Lee. And a lot of the stuff that we do, it is a concept. It's never about the
beautiful. They're really like artistic as well, in a way.
Yeah. So we're just trying to paint a picture. And photography is never supposed to be the main thing, neither's hair. It's just, we just try and create a beautiful image that hopefully tells a bit of a story.
It's really nice
amazing
as well. Yeah.
Really,
you can also see in the work that it's a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, each concept tells the story, like you said as well, and it's all unique on its own way, but they all work so cohesively together. You know, beautiful.
It's definitely, I'd say, Desmond, we shoot hair photos and try and make them beautiful. Lee, we try and make stories.
I see.
And there should be no, hair shouldn't be the main focus, photography shouldn't be the main focus. It should just be a beautiful story and image that you get at the end there. That's the whole point of it.
That's amazing, Jason. And also, so we come into the other one, which is, when did you decide to open a salon? And was it tough? No, was it stuff of, oh, I can't even read my own writing. What is going on? Okay, you just tell us when did you decide to kind of start your own salon as well?
So again, that just happened sort of by mistake. The salon that I trained
really? I didn't know.
So the salon that I started off doing my training in, so I started there when I was 15. Right. And then I think when I was 19, I ended up buying half the salon. So we had the one salon in Edinburgh, and then I went through a stage that I thought I was this incredible businessman. So I ended up growing the salon, and we ended up with 4 salons. Wow. And I think we had about 70 people that worked with us. And we had that for about 15 years. And then just one day I thought, I'm not a businessman, I'm a hairdresser. Wow. And I forgot what it was all about. I just wanted to go back to doing hair. I just wanted to do hair and do pictures and do shows. I never ever intended on being a businessman. So we split up that partnership. I kept one of the salons. Yeah. And I've had that salon for 25 years now. Wow. But even the name, I went to an agency, paid quite a big agency, paid them a lot of money and says, come up with a name for the salon. And they came up with the ingenious Jason Hall Hairdressing. It was like, you couldn't make it up.
It's like you couldn't even...
Because I never ever wanted my name above a door.
No way. You wanted something different.
I think anyone that knows me well knows that putting my name in the spotlight isn't really my sort of thing. So and so but someone charged me a lot of money to come up with my name.
With your own name.
It's amazing.
I bet you probably themselves as well thought, we can even think about any other name but this one, and it's like you could have even thought about it yourself as well.
I think I had believe it. I think a lot of people had says you've got to call it, your name.
Yeah.
And I felt really uncomfortable with it.
Do you know what I mean? It's your legacy as well.
Yeah, I felt really uncomfortable with it. And it's funny, if there was actually, I'd never do it, but if there's something I could change now, it would be the name of the salon. I would actually call the name of the salon something else.
Yeah.
We've been there too long now.
It's amazing. And also, what are the challenges one may face owning their own salon?
I think the biggest challenge is thinking that, that you're the boss.
I see.
I think that's the biggest problem. It's, I always says that my name's above the door, but there's a team of, I think there's 15 of us, and they're my boss. Wow. Because realistically, if I do something that they don't like, they won't work with me anymore. Yeah. So I think people can sometimes think they are the boss. Yeah. And it never works. You've got to be a whole team, and everybody's got to, have the same end goal. So I've never looked at myself as being a salon owner. I just look at myself as being one of the team in the salon. That unfortunately has to pay the bills.
But I think it's really good that you do, think so highly of the people that you work with, because obviously,
definitely.
They are your family. You spend time with them. They know. Obviously, they know obviously your aesthetics and what your brand is all about. They respect that. And at the same time, it's kind of a given. You give them respect, give your respect back, which is amazing as well.
And it's never been my brand. It's always been our brand. And even I'll be speaking to people about something I've done, and I always say we did. Yeah. I'm never ever, because it's everyone's brand. Everyone that works in the place.
But I think it's rare. It's rare to see. But I think I'm seeing like more and more. Even with designers as well. Even the Valentino designer, he did a thing where he brought up all the people who work with him at the background, and just to show the respect, to say that, listen, this is a collective, this is a team, who came up with all these ideas. It's not just me, and it's kind of nice to see that respect given to the people who also help you come up.
Oh, definitely.
So it's
definitely.
good.
They're so important.
Yeah.
It's, a salon with just me in it just really wouldn't be much fun.
You'll be like, you will need like about multiple hands coming through the back, and I can imagine. Are you back now? I see you froze a little bit.
No, you've gone, buddy.
Yeah, are you still with me? Just guys, I think it's just a little
Oh, that's it, we're back.
Oh, we're back now? Awesome.
Yeah.
And what would you say is beneficial to have a salon? How is it beneficial to
I think you can, I don't know, I think I honestly don't know how to say that.
I mean, what joy do you get from having those team around you and people helping you? Obviously, like
it's great at the end of the day, you know, I'm the leader in the salon, and it's it's great seeing the trainees, they learn, they work their way up, and I've had the same staff. I mean, one of the girls has been with me from day one. Wow. So we've always worked together. We've done our training together, and we still work together. Karen, Stacey's been with me, you know, like 25 years, someone else 20 years. A lot of people have been with me for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So it's the benefits you can create, you know, like I can do what I want in effect. So there is great benefits, but I definitely, there's a lot of pitfalls as well. You have to work hard to keep the team working for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
that's so good. And also, so let's talk hair. And what is the key to healthy looking hair? If you have any advice to give.
I think don't do anything silly, especially during lockdown.
Yes.
No bottles of wine and then colouring your hair.
Videos people trying to cut their own bangs or something, or
some of it's brilliant. I think I'd always say it doesn't matter which salon you go to, just build up a relationship with a hairdresser. Don't chop and change.
Yeah.
Because it sounds terrible, but even if you've got a bad hairdresser, you know, every time you visit them, you can get the next step better.
Absolutely, I know what you mean. Because I think
when you chop and change, it's a nightmare. You know,
it's a personal relationship, like in a way, because it's like they're understanding you. You're speaking to them. It's almost like therapy in a way. You know what I mean? You build that relationship. Like they understand your hair. They understand what you like. They understand kind of what you need. And changing every now and then may not work so much in your favor.
Is it, you know, definitely if you're really not happy, change. You know, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think sometimes people will just chop and change. Sometimes price-wise, they'll see an offer, or sometimes, you know, just location-wise or whatever. I think it's really important that you build up a relationship with your hairdresser. You know, I think that's the key to anyone having good hair. Build up a relationship with one hairdresser. That's very important.
That's amazing. And also, what product can you suggest that you work maybe universally for all type of hair? What product would you maybe suggest for?
There's a product that we use lots and lots from L'Oreal called Techniart Pli, and it's a prepping spray. So basically, it makes your hair behave itself. It also makes it feel nicer texture-wise.
Oh, that's
so that's probably my most stable product. I use loads.
And does it work for all hair type or as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go near your hair with it. Because you know, definitely when you've got hair that's got a frizzier texture, then you've got to really go for special, and you know that better than me. You've got to be very specific with your product.
Yeah, that's.
I
think it's good that you're giving an honest opinion to it, because obviously you know hair comes in different types as well.
Yeah, so I'd say for 90% of hair types, Ple's really good. For someone like yourself, you know how it's like with your hair. Product is key, ain't it?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's sometimes hard to find the right one. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be so specific. As soon as you get any hair that's got a frizzier texture, you've really got to be really specific and getting a lot of moisture, getting some oil. You know, you could talk your way through that far better than I could, I'm sure.
I know. You know, actually, the funny thing as well, a lot especially for the people like with my hair texture, sometimes the reason why we do something is sometimes tend to be dry, and a lot of it is sometimes it's like the pillow that you sleep in can sometimes affect your hair, and so they advise sometimes for us to sleep with silk pillowcases, so it keeps moisture for some reason. I mean, I didn't know that. I just learned it as well. So it's like, oh, that's a good tip to know.
I know so many people that, you know, recommend that. But it must make a big difference because
I'm sure it works for all type of hair, to be honest. I mean, I'm talking about it, but yet I still don't have any silk pillow.
Get yourself a silk pillow.
Oh, that's amazing. And also, would you agree that can your mental state or daily life routine affect the health of your hair?
Yeah, I think definitely if someone's really stressed out, then it will affect. And if, you know, if someone's on medication and then you can tell a difference. So I think the healthier you have, the healthier your hair will be. And I think as well, the better you actually look after your hair, the better your hair will be. You know, it's just take care of it.
Especially during this moment, I think sometimes people will like neglect, you know, the care of their hair because they're thinking, oh, I'm not going out, so, you know, I'm just going to let my hair. But the thing is as well, like, if you always have to, it's like your body, do you know what I mean? You have to still get a shower, you still have to brush your teeth, you still have to do you know what I mean? You just can't all of a sudden stop because there's a side effect if you don't do certain things to, you know, it's like a machine.
At the end of the lockdown, I think a lot of people...
You're going to have loads of people coming to you.
They just want to be pampered. Do you know what I mean? I think that'll be the nicest bit. And don't drink a bottle of wine and colour your hair. It's just essential. Don't do it.
Oh, God. You're like, that's the word of the day. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
I've saw so many pictures of that already. It's going to be horrific going back in to see some of these do's. But we can fix it all. Hairdressers can fix anything, I'm confident.
So you're hearing that, everybody. You can fix it. Jason got you covered.
I've stopped looking on Instagram at them.
Oh, you're like, I'm not going. You're like, maybe let me just check a few minutes and then come back later. Because I mean, you do see it even on TikToks. There's a lot of people like becoming very adventurous, whether it's just putting a non-permanent bottle of dye just for, you know, sometimes people kind of want to be experimental with their hair, but you know, sometimes they're forgetting that some of those bottles can have a side effect. You know, you have to be really careful what you put in your hair.
Definitely read what it says on the bottle. That's the biggest tip.
Yes.
A lot of people just go away and just throw it on. And
it's £2. There's nothing wrong with that. It's cheap. Let me just put it on my...
And because it's cheap, it won't last. And unfortunately, some of the cheap stuff does last.
That's so true. It is true.
We'll fix it when we're all back anyway. That's what hairdressers are there for. We'll sort out anything. I'm sure we will.
Amazing. So can you tell me about the time your son decided to join your salon?
Oh, again, Jack's, my son Jack, he's very like me.
So,
he just sort of fell into it.
Jason, you couldn't even deny your son if you could. That is a spit image. It's literally your spit image.
He came in as a Saturday boy, basically because he wanted to earn some pocket money.
Right.
And then
that's a good...
enjoyed it. And, you know, it was like, oh, I could maybe do a couple of models training-wise.
Wow.
And he just fell into it. And that's 4 years now he's been with me.
I mean, he's brilliant. I saw him on the fashion show, and he was really brilliant. And you can clearly see how, you know...
He's just a nice young lad. You know,
yeah, he really is.
He's very laid back.
Yeah, definitely like his dad. I mean, it's literally you on a...
It's strange.
That's
strange. So it was never a master plan. It was never going to be, like Jason Hall and his son.
That's amazing. And so what would you say has been beneficial working with your son?
I think it's great. Just, you have a different relationship when it's family, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's, and I think he probably gets a harder time from me than the rest of them. Just for the fact, he's family and you want them to be as good as they possibly can be. But he's at this stage just now that he's still just enjoying life.
Yeah.
And then maybe, you know, in a few years' time, hairdressing will be something that he actually wants to get, you know, further and further with. But just now, he enjoys coming in the salon, does some lovely wee haircuts,
as well.
and he's just enjoying life. You know, it's great.
That's amazing. That's so good. And also, what's your definition of a good leader when it comes to leading a team of hairstylists in a salon?
I've always had one thing that I try and never say no. So if someone comes and asks me something, you know, whether it's they've got an issue and they need time off, or it might not be beneficial for the salon at the time, but I'll do everything in my power to say yes. And I can think, and you know, in 30 years, I think about salons, I can think of saying no, or maybe once or twice. I try never ever say no, because everyone has their own issues, everyone has their own problems. And when they come to you and ask for something, it's because they really need it. You know, and for them, it's a big thing. So I think that's the biggest thing a leader can do, is
to listen
try everything in their power and never say no.
Wow.
I think that's so important. And that's probably my only tip. Just be nice to people, with.
That's what you need.
Aye.
No.
Just be nice.
That's amazing. What business tips can you give anyone with the dream of opening a hair salon one day?
I'd say, you know, definitely have your figures right. Make sure you've got very good, you know, whether it's a business consultant, accountant, just somebody that really keeps you tight with your figures. Because hairdressers, we tend to be quite flamboyant when it comes to our cash.
I see.
You know, a hairdresser will quite happily go and spend £1,000 on a new outfit.
Oh, even with any artist, I would imagine, right?
So you definitely need really good business advice. And I have an accountant that I've used the same guy probably 20 years.
Wow.
I've got a business consultant that I go and visit once a year. And definitely the more advice you get and the more help you get, the better. Because we're hairdressers, we're creative. We're not really, or definitely me, I'm not a business person.
And
I'm a creative.
You're just like me.
So I need to put a team around me that are sensible. You know, and that's all I'd say. Just get the best advice you possibly can before you do venture into opening a salon, and just treat your team like family. You know, it's so important. That's the two big things.
That's amazing. Thank you. And also, how did you get the opportunity of working in Fashion Week?
How did it? I think it was through L'Oreal. I think. I think.
Because I mean, you have traveled and worked with so many big names like Hermes, and I mean, the list is so long. I couldn't even list it all.
It's really funny because someone was asking me, you know, who we worked with. And it was actually easier to say, me personally, I've never worked with Chanel. And I think I've worked with everyone else you could name except for that.
Wow.
I think we've literally done, we've done from like Balenciaga, Vivienne Westwood, John Galliano, Margiela, Tommy Hilfiger, like every sort of brand you can think of that does a fashion
big major brands that are
I think I've done everybody, but I've never ever done Chanel.
Wow, maybe that would be put the words out there. You never know.
Maybe one day. But I'm sure L'Oreal asked me to go and help out on a show in London, you know, many years ago. And what happens is, so when you're there, if the person that's the main hairdresser, so I was there as part of a team, and basically if they like you, then they'll invite you to go and help them with more work. And the person I started with was a fantastic hairdresser, in fact, called Anthony Turner, who is probably most famous for, he done the restyle on Harry Styles. So I don't know if you remember, Harry Styles got his hair from here and they done all the different lengths.
Oh,
I've not
seen that one yet. No, I haven't.
It was a really famous photo shoot that was done. And Anthony done that. And then I travelled with Anthony for maybe 5 or 6 years. So we've done London, Milan, Paris, New York, and then I moved on to, I've worked with quite a lot of different folk, but my main one I would say was Anthony for about 5 years, and then the last 4 or 5 years have been, like I say, with Eugene. So you just fall into these things. And if you work hard, they'll invite you at the next show. Yeah. If you try and take lots of pictures of yourself and pretend you're some special person, you won't get it. It's that simple. You just need to work very hard when you're there. But there's a different sort of buzz to a fashion show than anything else I've ever experienced. Mm-hmm. It's sort of 3-4 hours preparing stuff. Everything's quite calm. And then you just have half an hour of absolute insanity. And you just really need to keep your cool. And because I tend to be quite relaxed about stuff.
You're very relaxed. Yeah. You try not to let things like stress you out. I've seen you working. Yeah. You just kind of know that, and you direct everybody in your team so smoothly, and they just know.
Just got to keep very level. So I think definitely the fashion season thing was always going to be something that I would do quite well at, just because in my nature. Mm-hmm. It was never because of my hairdressing talent. It was always just because I could keep very level-headed and focused.
Yeah, and I see it as well, because like I said, it's one thing just being a good hairdresser, and it's also with the personality. Clearly, your personality is contagious. People want more of you each season. Do you know what I mean?
I think nowadays it's probably about 40% actual talent, raw talent. Yeah. And then 60% is probably personality now when it comes to hairdressing. Yeah. Just getting on with people, being able to get into the same wave pattern as other people. Yeah. I think that's at least half the job now.
That's amazing. And how many times a year would you say you travel for work?
Oh, so I know that. I know that. Probably this time last year, I had to fly back to Edinburgh to do a job with Strathbury, in fact. Okay. And I'd been away for 16 days, and I'd done 14 flights in the 16 days.
Jet
so
lag.
I'd done,
I can't even.
I went from Edinburgh to New York. I was in New York for something like 8 hours, done a haircut, and went from New York to LA to do a show for Tommy Hilfiger, in fact. Wow. Flew back to New York and went from New York to Milan, then London. Wow. And I think I went to Paris, London to Paris about 3 times. And I'm sure we've done 14 flights in 16 days. Wow. And then over the space of a year, I'm probably away about 5 months, 6 months of the year I travel.
That's
something
amazing.
like that.
And I mean, that's
it's all changed now.
With the corona. I'm thinking that's going to be a bit of
changed now.
I can imagine. Oh, wow. And also, and how is experience of working closely with big fashion brands been and benefited you as a hairdresser?
I think you just like people like, I spend quite a lot of time working with John Galliano.
Oh, wow.
And these people,
an icon.
Just see their brains are just, they're on a different level.
Yeah.
And I think the more you work with them, even if you pick up 1% of that little mind they've got, it just makes you, I don't know if it makes you a better hairdresser, but it definitely makes you a better creative. Yeah. And I think you just feel more confident as well. That you've done something that someone like that likes. Yeah. So your esteem gets bigger, so you try more things. And it doesn't always go right, but these people are quite happy, and not just John, there's loads of people, but they're quite happy for you to try 5 things. 4 of them they don't like, but 1 they love.
They would love,
and they encourage you to do that. They encourage you to do things that maybe isn't what they wanted.
But they allow artistic freedom.
Yeah, definitely. It's and the person that leads up all the hair for John, which is Eugene Solomon. This guy will come up with, it come up. I think normally we do 28 hairstyles in each show, and Eugene will come up with maybe 150 styles.
Oh my goodness!
And then whittle it down to 28 styles. I mean, these people are just different levels.
I mean, even though you can do a hair that many, it's a time like a different.
Oh, there was one occasion that one of the outfits, someone had in their head that it was a sort of bath outfit. So Eugene's like, well, let's make bubble bath and make a hairstyle like a bubble bath.
Wow!
To that.
What are you like? How do you even come up with the idea?
And genuinely, then we probably spent half a day trying to figure out the best mixture to keep bubbles lasting longer. I mean, these people, their imagination's incredible. So I think that just makes you grow. And it takes you away from the medium of hair. Absolutely. And makes you start thinking more creating things for heads rather than hairstyles.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no, it's been amazing.
Wow, awesome. And also, how do you prepare yourself before a show?
I go for a cigarette and a Diet Coke.
And a Diet Coke. I mean, I was about to mention the Diet Coke. I can see you had your friend in hand, the Diet Coke, the famous Diet Coke. I really think you need to have a collaboration with Coca-Cola and come up with a Jason Hall limited edition Diet Coke.
One of my good friends got me a Coca-Cola cookbook.
Oh my goodness!
The greatest thing ever.
Such thing. I didn't know there was such thing.
Yeah, look it up. It's amazing.
I mean, let me check it out.
But no, I go have my cigarette and a can of juice, and I go to a quiet place for. I like a bit of my own space.
Your own space. Oh, that's amazing.
I
always need something like that. Your own space is always important to kind of let you just be away from the masses and focus on you before you can, allow yourself back into.
Definitely, I love my quiet place.
Oh, that's really nice. And your Diet Coke.
And my Diet Coke and my cigarette.
Yes, exactly, especially that. Also, how important is it to be organized with your team?
Oh, it's necessity. It's not even got a ranking between 1 and 10. It's just a necessity. Yeah. You have to be in. It goes back the salon and photo shoot shows. I'm really quite. I'm probably quite anal with my organisation. I like things very precise. Yeah, it's the only thing I'm like that with. So I have, believe it or not, if you looked at my kit just with pins, curly grip, I have bundles of 20, all facing the same way, and a little elastic band around them. And it's got to be like that. They've all got to face the same way. I am really, really organised with that. Proper OCD. It's the only thing I'm like that with. I'm the messiest, most unorganised bugger with anything.
Oh my goodness. I can imagine.
So I think I didn't even think it's an option. I think it's a necessity, it's that simple.
That's amazing. And also, do you have any future plans to branch your hair salon one day again?
I'd like my salon to be bigger, which...
I mean, in the same location, or do you mean bigger as in branch? Okay, in the same, okay.
No, I think it's very unlikely that I'll ever open another salon. Okay. I've been down that route, route before, and you definitely have to think a lot more about your business when you get into multiples. And that's something, and I've never really saw the benefit. I'm not money driven. I'm more, I want to enjoy every day. I'm not that concerned about spending 5 days a week building a business that have 5 bad days and then spend the money the next 2 days.
But I think that's really good. And it's nice that you kind of believe in your vision. You don't go based on what people are doing. You are going with your own instincts. You're going with your own belief. And I think that's important. And that's also very unique. And it's very rare in these days because everybody want to do everything that everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? You know, and I think there's beauty as well in having a based location, because it gives the desire for people to want to come to your salon. Like, oh my gosh, there's only that one location. I mean, you know, it's kind of almost like, it's almost like almost like a bit like what Hermes does with their Birkin bags. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not everybody who can access or can buy it, or, you know, but I mean, obviously it's a bit of maybe not the same, but you know, in a way where you give that people that special kind of experience. Do you know what I mean? It feels different.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you have two places, then you can only be in each half the time. If you have three places, you know, and you just dilute one yourself, but you also dilute the sort of ethos of what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
And like I've never ever, you know, we've had a good lifestyle because of hairdressing, you know. But I've never ever been money driven. I'm just not interested money wise. It's definitely, I want to enjoy every day.
Every day.
That's the main goal.
You need to live life, because tomorrow is definitely not certain. Do you know what I mean?
I just want to, you know, everything I do is just about my enjoyment, which may be really selfish, but
I get it. You need. I mean, it's like, for you to be able to share your gift with other people, you first of all have to be content with your life.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And be proud and see, wait a minute, is my health okay? Am I, you know, content with life? Am I taking care of myself before I start taking care of other people as well? Do you know, because some people forget to kind of go back to their inner self and ask the question, how can you lead other people if you yourself aren't in a kind of greater state of mind? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's, you know, a lot of it's people were sort of, you know, they're that desperate to get to the moon, they forget to look at the stars. And definitely, you know, I'm quite happy to go wherever. I've not just got one sort of focus. I definitely like things just to happen organically. And I think when you get into multiple salons, you have to do certain things. So your path's sort of guided, and it's just not for me. So no, we'll definitely stay with one salon. Whether that salon was to get bigger, that'd be great if the salon was to go a bit bigger than it is.
Oh, that's amazing. And also, can we expect a future Jason Hall product line in the near future?
So it's something that we're doing just for the salon.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that it launches in about 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So you're getting the premiere of this.
Oh, I'm getting okay. Oh, this is great.
We've done it. We've done it mainly for the reason that we found it very difficult getting our men's range of products.
Right.
That we actually felt done exactly what we wanted. So we're going to launch 2 different shampoos, a couple of different styling products, a body wash, a reviving spray for your face.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And it's going to be called His by Jason Hall.
Oh, love that. I'm going to check that out. I can't wait for it to come out.
So I'll send you some when it
yes,
when
I would love to. Yeah.
Hopefully in about 4 weeks, the 6 main products will launch, and if things go to plan, you never know, there might be a hers for women as well. So his and hers, this is our plan.
No, honestly, Jason, I'm really excited, and I'm so glad that you shared that with us in here. And I'm sure a lot of people, it would create that buzz for people to, like, you know, to tune in as well.
We're trying to actually, so that there's a lot of products that are real top end, and a lot of products that are real bottom end. We want to just do a product that simply does what it says.
It says,
We want to do a certain price point, so it'll be right in the middle. So just now you get stuff from a couple of £1 up to stuff at £30 and £40.
Awesome.
You want to create something that's maybe sitting about £12, £13 for every product. And it'll be very simple. They just, you buy your shampoo if you want to make your hair thicker, you buy the thickening shampoo. If you want to make your hair stay in style, you put the stay in style on your hair. We're making it very simple. But 6 products, hopefully launch by the start of August.
Amazing. I really can't wait to see it. And
I'm excited as well.
I mean, I can imagine. I can really. It's like a little baby. Do you know what I mean?
It'll be good. It's like I say, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We just want to do a really nice product that's quite simple to use. One of the big things is because everything, you want to make it paraben and sulfate free. And I don't know if you notice, a lot of things now you never get a big lather because the sulfate and the parabens would take that big lather. So we've come up with a product that's paraben and sulfate free, but it still gives you a big lather. Because I think that's part of the enjoyment. You feel
it is. I mean, I don't. Sometimes I put too much to get the effect that you mentioned. Literally, it's a nice feeling, and it's like, I think it's the inner child in all of us. We all secretly still want, when your mom was gonna watch. Sorry.
You want bubbles, don't you?
Exactly.
That was one of the biggest challenges, trying to make sure that, obviously, there's certain things we wanted to make sure that it was paraben sulfate free. We wanted to make sure, it wasn't tested on animals, blah, blah, blah. But I did want bubbles.
Awesome.
So, bubbles it is.
Bubbles. Also, so another question is, how are you keeping yourself during this quarantine? Like what?
Oh, I'm great. Yeah, we've stayed really busy. We've got the salon ready quite quickly, so we've got our dividers up and stuff. We've got our PPE ready. So that kept us busy to start with, and then we're finalising and hopefully finalising the product range. And then we've been working. We've got a photographic studio. You've been in the photographic studio before, haven't you?
That one, yeah.
So
beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it's just my space. It's my wee creative hub. So I've spent a lot of time locked in there. I just go in myself, been coming up with new hair ideas, new wigs, new concepts.
Oh wow!
And hopefully we can, when things go back to normality, we can start shooting.
I can't wait to see.
So yeah, but great time.
Ideas from you.
Yeah, we've got some really good stuff. That, like I said, now it's just a case of actually being allowed to get models in and being allowed to shoot them again.
I can imagine, yeah.
And that's going to be a challenge in itself. But so I wouldn't say that I've had a great time. I'd rather be at the salon, but I've definitely made benefit at the time. I've definitely used it wisely.
And how's your family as well? How are they
doing? They're great, because we've all just had that. My wife's a teacher, so she's still been working every day. She's on the computer working every day. My son that works with me, he's been helping me with a lot of the stuff. And my youngest son, he's still at school.
I didn't even know that you had another son as well.
Yeah. He actually works in the salon on a Saturday now as well, Joseph.
No way. So the cycle continues.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's crazy. So
do you only have 2 sons then, if I'm right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So he's this would have been his first year for exams.
Wow.
So he's still having to do a lot of work on the computer. So we've all been we've all been great and active, and I think we'd all rather that things were back to normality. I
know. But, I can imagine.
But we're coping.
That's amazing. Although also, like, this is a fun one. But what would you, if you could go back in time, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back in time?
Just enjoy myself. That'd be it.
Wow.
Just enjoy it. It's definitely, there's been periods that I've made a decision that I've maybe, went in routes that weren't maybe quite true to myself. Yeah. And I never ever enjoyed them. Whereas everything that I've done that is me, that I feel that I'm being my own self, I've enjoyed. So I definitely say just enjoy, stay true to yourself and enjoy yourself.
Wow, that's amazing, Jason. And coming to our last question, moving forward to our new normal, what would you say will change in the world of hairstylists?
I think hairstylists, and I don't mean this in a sort of bad way, but I think hairstylists will be appreciated in quite a different way.
Yeah,
I think everybody's now just figuring out how much they actually miss their hairstylist.
that's so
And I
true.
think,
Oh, my brother has been the same.
yeah, no, and I think, and not just hairdressers, but I think definitely, stuff like going to the hairdressers or
Yeah,
going to the beauticians or going and buying a new outfit
yeah,
will now be something that we realise is enjoyable.
yeah.
Whereas I
It's a
think we just took
necessity
it
too,
for
right?
granted, didn't we? Do you know what I mean? I think we did,
Right, yeah.
before we just took it for granted.
They
And
did.
I think,
Oh yes, they did.
I think that was proven that, I don't, if you think sort of, 5 years ago, you would have went, say you were buying a new suit.
Yeah.
The whole experience of going and buying a new suit was amazing, going into the shop and getting pampered.
Yes.
And then suddenly we all went online.
Um,
And that special part of our purchase disappeared. And I
yes.
think that'll come back. I think online will maybe take a slight hit, and I think people actually going into shops will take a rise.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
That's amazing. To be honest, I feel like even although a lot of people don't like to admit it, but I do think that everybody is definitely a secret social butterflies in a way because
Yeah.
they all want to, interact. I mean, we all like the human interaction every now and then. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, it's nice to speak to someone, and it's nice to just
You want to feel special, don't you?
absolutely that. And I think, and I don't, I think like those elements will never get lost because I think as much as people want to go towards the fast, everything fast way of living, like people will not appreciate the uniqueness of people going, like you said, to a hairdresser or getting your suit, put for you, getting pampered, and all those elements that kind of makes you feel special, and somebody taking care of you, in a nice way, and everything like that. I think people would value that more now.
No, I think, it's, I think there's a lot of goods that'll come out of this.
Yeah.
You've got to look at the whole thing in a positive way, haven't you? But I think one of the big things will be that we just want to be, feel special.
Absolutely.
And I think that hairdressers, we're good at making people feel special.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
definitely. Oh, definitely.
lost.
100%. It does give you confidence.
Yeah, I'm sure, hairdressers, one of the big things when we first started speaking about going back to work was that, so we should be getting people in and out the salon as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And, I think it's the exact opposite. I think you should be getting people in and keeping them as long as you can, because we've not had interaction for a long time.
That's so true.
And people have so many things that they want to just share.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's people who've lost loved ones or friends. So just to have somebody to talk to, like I said, hairstylists are like her therapist. We go to, in a way. So
I just hope that people actually, hairdressers financially, can make sure that they give everyone too much time rather than not enough time.
Yeah.
And I think if we go back with that attitude, I think hairdressing will do, I think we'll do really well out of this whole thing, that we'll get a wee bit more appreciation. But also, I think hairdressers need to have a bit of a conscience that when we go back, we're not there just to make money.
Yeah.
We're there to go back and, we are, we're a big part of sort of socialising. And I'm hoping that we all go back, we all make sure that every customer gets as much time as they need, and we just sort of have a bit of fun again, and rather than just rushing people in and out the door. Because that'll make things worse rather than better.
It would.
It definitely is.
But you know what? Thank you so much, Jason. I mean, thank you
My
even for
pleasure.
agreeing to do this. I know you've got a million things to do, but for you to even take your time to, to talk to an old friend is really nice. It's
Been
also
a
nice to see you
pleasure.
looking well and a family as well. So thank you so much. I can't wait to, to see you again after all of this is done,
Yeah.
and I really am wishing you all the best for
You too,
everything.
my friend.
And
You too.
thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you again. And thank you again for just being here. Thank you so
Ah, you're more than welcome. Anytime.
thank you
Anytime.
so
You
much.
stay well, though.
Thank you. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Say hi
You
to
too.
everybody for me.
You too. See you later.
See you later, Jason. Bye-bye.